The trajectory of evolution was altered by an asteroid strike 66 million years ago. The impact was equivalent to 10 billion atomic bombs. The sun went down, and photosynthesis in plants ceased. First, the vegetation, and eventually the animals that relied on them perished. The chain of survival broke down. A large percentage of species went extinct. By the time the dust had settled, most dinosaurs had perished, leaving only a few bird species. But this terrible catastrophe paved the way for human evolution. The surviving mammalian species thrived, and among them were tiny proprimates who would eventually become human. Imagine the dinosaurs still existed if the asteroid had missed them. Imagine these highly developed raptors establishing a lunar outpost. Scientists studied dinosaurs, the theory of relativity, or a fantastical alternate history in which animals dominate the planet. For more than 130 million years, dinosaurs were dominant land animals on Earth. Many experts maintain that birds are a distinct group of dinosaurs that are still alive and well today. This is unfortunate, yet it is the result of natural selection and extinction. What might happen then if the non-avian dinosaurs that went extinct long ago were suddenly revived? Stay with us till the end of the video. There's a lot of information to be revealed. Number 10. Unsolved puzzles. We only know they existed because we unearthed fossils. Only the muddled rumors of scholars and geologists have reached our ears. All we know is what we've read, which could either be true or not. Questions are still unresolved at this time. As an illustration, consider the following inquiries. How did dinosaurs develop the ability to glide through the air? To what end did the dinosaurs' extinction occur? When and how did dinosaurs have babies? If so, did every dinosaur emerge from an egg? Were they a social scavenging bunch? If they were still here today, we'd have no reason to question their existence after learning more about them. At last, the solution to the never-ending problem would be in our hands. Number 9. Assistant dinosaurs. One common belief is that humans could eventually tame dinosaurs. We can get along with them once we figured out how to control them. They wouldn't consider us to be just meat. We could teach them to submit to us and honor us. They could potentially serve as our assistants in the 21st century. They could assist us with shifting big machinery around in industries. We can rely on them to get us where we need to go. They could also deliver goods and gifts to their intended recipients. Instead of wreaking havoc on infrastructure, they might sweep it up. Number 8. Dinosaurs become the trend. Because of their uniqueness, dinosaurs receive preferential treatment. Researchers dug deep into them because they might hold the answer to puzzles that have persisted for decades. They were also relatively uncommon. How likely is it that things would stay the very same if they were just still over? Maybe the answer could be no. They'd be treated like pets, beloved but not extraordinary, especially if they are not of a rare or unusual species. They are not remarkable. It's common knowledge that these are homeless cats and dogs, but do we tend to love them as lovingly as our Persian kitties and Labradors? The same was true of dinosaurs. Number 7. Dinosaur as rulers. Scientists agree that the Troodon was the most intelligent dinosaur to ever roam the Earth. In contrast to other dinosaurs, whose brains were disproportionate to their weight, this one's had just the right size. The current bird is used to illustrate how smart this creature is. It, or one of its close relatives, might become a political force if given a chance to mature. It might be the next head of state of a major country. Perhaps it'd be a mayor of a thriving city if we were starting small. To put it another way, it can be just as smart as a human. Number 6. Evidence of life. We wouldn't have to go to museums to study dinosaur bones. Instead, we could examine real ones. Only in the movies we would see them, of course, because we could buy a ticket to meet them in person. We wouldn't have to limit ourselves to learning about them in our books. Our skepticism of their realness would be eased, since we could learn more about the hypothesis that they would eventually be proven true. If we really wanted to, we could take them apart. We would stop using bones as evidence. Who could say? We might learn something new about them that could lead to a breakthrough finding. Number 5. Humans dying off. Whether or not dinosaurs view humans as food is still up in the air and depends on a number of factors. Dinosaurs may become hostile if they perceive humans as experiments, because of our species' penchant for exploring and investigating novel experiences. Otherwise, these dinosaurs could end up eating us like they would any other animal. They could gnaw off our heads or our limbs. For as long as we're able to hold out, though, we might be in their sights. This means that their very existence could be the reason why people die. Number 4. Actual Jurassic Park. Certainly, if they were still among us, our world would resemble something out of the Cretaceous period. The events of Jurassic Park and Jurassic World could one day become a reality. The dinosaurs would be free to roam the area, endangering human life. Nevertheless, not all dinosaurs would be poisonous or dangerous. There'd also be a chance that some of them will be nice, exactly like in the movies. To defend the safety of other species would require blameless individuals who fought violent dinosaurs. That would be similar to a life on safari, just more dangerous and difficult. There would be more secrets to discover in the universe we think we know so well. Number 3. Very high losses. Aggressive dinosaurs without a doubt could create a lot of trouble. This is because of how tall and heavy they are. Despite the Lizothosaurus-inspired comparisons, there were also dinosaurs that reached lengths of 40 meters or more and weighed in at over 70 tons. One misstep is all it takes to set them off and make them angry. Infrastructure is vulnerable to their destruction. When they tinker with wiring, it can start fires. They could cause the ground to shift, possibly resulting in fissures. Number 2. Alterations to the ecosystem. Having dinosaurs still roam the Earth would now certainly shake things up, because we would still have to deal with their presence. There would be disorder and imbalance inside of our environment. If, for instance, modern animals are known to be the source of several communicable diseases, then it stands to reason that dinosaurs may do the same. Diseases affecting dinosaurs are almost certainly real. We would need dinosaur doctors due to the dinosaur germs. The name of the diseases, of course, finishing in osis or aus, much like the names of dinosaurs. They could spread minor ailments, including colds and flus, and the flu as well as coughs, fevers, and bites. Cancer and other life-threatening diseases that necessitate specialized care are another example. Number 1. Additional caution. Humans would exercise greater caution if dinosaurs were still roaming the Earth. To avoid harm, we would think carefully about taking any action. The very act of going about our daily lives would be fraught with danger if dinosaurs suddenly decided to act or come after humans. We were always afraid that we would be lurking around the corner of a store, preventing us from enjoying a carefree day of retail therapy. We were constantly worried that we would pop their head out of the screen and ruin a movie for us. Because of their potential to devour us, we couldn't bravely travel all over the world in search of natural beauty. In a nutshell, going to the park would be a safe haven, and neither would life in general. The cause of the dinosaurs' extinction. Any hypothesis offer a variety of explanation for them, including an asteroid. A huge asteroid striking Chicxulub in Mexico, creating a 240-kilometer wide crater, is the most widely accepted explanation for the extinction of the dinosaurs. Debris in the atmosphere caused a nuclear winter, which was fatal to plants, first to herbivores, and eventually to carnivores. Opponents of the notion argue that other reptiles, including turtles, alligators, and crocodiles, would have been affected as well. Some argue that living in the sea and eating aquatic organisms mitigates the risk. Some have argued that the crater was too small to have caused the damage that was observed. The area's crater-like form, the iridium-rich layer, and the age of rocks are all consistent with this notion. Disease? Late in the Cretaceous, land bridges formed between continents, allowing animals to move between Asia and North America, for example. Is it possible that this contributed to the spread of sickness, which some animals were not immune? The European conquerors who brought smallpox to the Americas largely exterminated the indigenous population. The explanation, however, cannot account for the extinction of so many marine species or the fact that not every dinosaur species was wiped out. An Ice Age period? The last Ice Age ended over 10,000 years ago. Although they have occurred repeatedly throughout Earth's history, this could have been the case. It's possible that a catastrophic ice age caused enough climate change and water freezing to eventually kill off dinosaurs. The lack of evidence for an ice age during the time of dinosaurs has led to the widespread rejection of this theory. Some 65 million years ago, the Earth may have tilted over by around 23.5 degrees, which could have resulted in the change in the climate. Obesity? Is it possible that certain dinosaurs were so massive that they were unable to fight off predators or even support their own weight? It's not possible for evolution to produce something like that. Nevertheless, at the end of the Cretaceous epoch, the majority of dinosaurs alive were quite small. Mammals? Maybe the emergence of mammoths and other large land animals eventually made dinosaurs obsolete by outcompeting them for resources like food and habitat. Maybe not. Due to their shared evolution history, dinosaurs and mammals may have occasionally competed for head-on. Since marine mammals have yet to evolve, they could hardly be held responsible for the extinction of marine reptiles. Mammals eating dinosaur eggs is another theory that cannot explain the end of the dinosaurs. Predators rarely succeed in eradicating their prey. Eliminating your food supply is a bad idea because you won't have much chance of survival after it's gone. Can't stand the pollen? The emergence of angiosperms, or flowering plants, around 65 million years ago may have triggered an allergy epidemic among dinosaurs. This is quite improbable. There is no proof that pollen from flowering plants was toxic to dinosaurs, despite the fact that they existed for millions of years before the extinction of the last species. As there are no angiosperms in the ocean, hay fever cannot be to blame for the widespread extinction of marine life. Nothing. Perhaps the dinosaurs never went extinct. It's possible that they could still be alive and well today. Well, not like the slightly absurd theory put forth by Dale Russell, but as birds. All the flying, and swimming, and scurrying birds you see today descended from a theropod dinosaur. Fossilized feathers and other anatomical traits confirm this, and paleontologists have found a wealth of evidence to back up this claim. Yet this does not clarify what happened to the non-avian dinosaur world. Perhaps the dinosaurs that evolved into birds were simply more robust and hence more likely to escape the catastrophe. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, let us know in the comments section. Also, at last, give a like to this video. See you soon.